Hey y'all, this is Austin with Grand Welcome of Destin and Miramar Beach. We're going to be talking about 2024 travel trends, how it's going to affect Destin and the Miramar Beach tourist industry, and really how they all kind of interplay together. So, quite a few things we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out this year. As you know, 2023 we saw a major decline in occupancy rates across the board. So, Airbnbs, Verbo, Hilton hotels, even like the Motel Sixes and the low end places, everybody saw a decline. So, if you're worried about your units and felt like you were doing something wrong, you might have been, but it wasn't just that. I think everybody was experiencing issues last year in tourism. So we saw a decline in occupancy rates. We saw a decline in recreation activity. I know a lot of the charter boats were way down. Everybody was kind of scratching their heads, trying to figure out what was going on, you know. And there's quite a few things that go into that equation. We got to take into account that the rest of the country was opening back up after COVID. You could finally really fully vacation out in California or New York or places where the COVID restrictions in 2020, 2021, and 2022 had been a lot more strict. So as the country opened back up, we saw people, coming to Destin less because they had more options. Inflation has gone up a lot. The war in Ukraine and all the tariffs there, and then everything going on in the Israel-Palestine conflict. People with that affected gas prices a lot. So people have been traveling a lot less too to save money. So what does this mean for the 2024 season? Well, we're going to analyze some trends, and we also are going to be anticipating somewhat of a rebound tourism year. So, a lot of times when travel is down, people go, well, we didn't do anything with the kids last year, or husband and wife didn't do anything last year, so this year, we got to compensate for. We got to do something this year because last year we didn't do anything, right? So, some of the trends we're going to be talking about. Hilton actually released a 2024 travel trend report, and they did some surveys. One of the leading things they found is that people are going to be planning to travel for rest and relaxation this year. Big surprise there. It seems like most people in prior years and forever have probably, been trying to travel for that, to get away from the woes of work and let the family and the kids and everybody, get some rest and relaxation in. But they're taken the extra step this year. They're actually, Hilton is releasing a pillow menu. So they're going to be doing stuff like sway therapy, where you're going to get cocooned into a hammock at the spa, and you're going to get rocked back and forth, back and forth. You don't have to do it yourself, so you can take a nice little nappy nap. And so a lot of their concierge services, a lot of their amenities are going to be rest and relaxation focused, and not so much action-packed adventure type stuff. So they're anticipating people really, really want to relax this year. We also are going to be considering over tourism. So this is another travel trend that multiple people have reported on. So, for instance, Venice is now charging $5 per person to stay in that city. Bali in Indonesia is charging people $10 a day to stay in Bali. It's kind of like a tax. So how is this affecting Destin? Well, aside from the Emerald Grand charging so much money just to park there, we are seeing that Destin is not implementing this over tourism tax deal. So I don't think we're going to see a drop in tourism in our area from it. They're expecting places like Venice and Bali to actually see a drop in tourism, which if you can afford, fly all the way over to Indonesia and stay in Bali, I don't think $10 a day is really going to deter that many people. But who knows? We'll see. But I don't anticipate this trend affecting Destin. Um, you know, the sleep and rest and relaxation stuff that Hilton is doing. So I did used to work at the Sandestin Hilton Resort. Um, and they've got a really cool spa there. They got a lot of great amenities. So it'll be interesting to see, how that's going to play out over there. And I'm sure they're going to look at the data from this year at the end of it. They're going to go, okay, well, this is how our pillow menu did. And, I'm kind of skeptical if that's really going to be a big player or not. But it might be, it could be. So, vacation rental property owners that aren't with Grand Welcome and our partners that are with Grand Welcome, we're going to be trying to kind of play on that too. I mean, they're a big player here. And if they're anticipating that, then we have to at least, give it some play. So we're going to be looking into that as well. And if you're with Grand Welcome, we're going to try and cover that base for you. And if you're not, I do recommend you at least do some homework on that and try and see, what you can do for your guests as far as a pillow menu. Um, so something else that's a travel trend this year is skip lagging. So skip lagging is where um, you instead of booking a flight for just where you want to go, you're going to book a layover flight for. So let's say if I want to go to um, Orlando, I'm going to book a flight from Orlando as the layover area, and then I'm going to go to Atlanta. And apparently, this is cheaper way to travel. So sometimes you could stay a day or more in the layover area. So apparently, they're anticipating this. I don't know how that's really going to play in with Destin and Miramar Beach though, because we've got the Destin Fort Walton Beach Airport in near Eglin Air Force Base. We've got Pensacola International Airport. We've got the Panama City Beaches, Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport. And, you know, I just don't see, I don't see the skip lagging being big here. That's really going to be in areas that, um, have massive airports with frequent layovers. I just don't think that most of the people that travel here are coming by car. They're in the southeast. This is the Redneck Riviera, so we're seeing a lot of people from, Tennessee and Mississippi and areas like that. We're not seeing really people that are trying to fly from LA or New York or Chicago coming out here. We do see them, but again, Destin is the Redneck Riviera. We got people wanting to come here and fish. Got people wanting to come here, eat some good seafood. Um, Now, something to take into account, Destin often ranks as a top vacation spot in the country. Our beaches, they always rank in the top most beautiful beaches in the country. So, maybe there will be some play here, with the whole skip lagging. Maybe that will be utilized here. Maybe people will be trying to get layover flights here. I don't know. We'll have to see what the data looks like at the end of the year. So we've got destination dupes is another travel trend where, for instance, instead of traveling somewhere very popular like Destin, I might go to Port St. Joe or I might go to Navarre Beach. So we might see a drop from people writing this destination dupes trend, and they're going to be going to Port St. Joe and Navarre Beach, which those are beautiful areas as well. But again, I'm not seeing a drop in tourism for us here. I'm really anticipating a rebound. One of the units we booked at Shoreline Towers, we just signed on this property owner, and we've already got a lot of we almost have them booked out for August already. So I'm not anticipating a big drop. I think we're going to see a rebound from last year. Some more trends we're seeing solo travel is on the rise. That's supposed to be another big trend in travel this year. So we might see, just individuals trying to come in and experience Destin Miramar Beach for themselves. I know if I was doing solo travel, I'd love to go, spend the day at Henderson Beach, go eat out on the Destin Harbor docks. So we'll see how that one plays out. Now, travel media company Amadeus anticipates that music travel is going to grow really big this year. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, Destin doesn't have a big music scene. We've got Club LA, and we do get some pretty big headline bands that come through there, but it's not festival level. It's not huge crowds. They sell out of their tickets, for the building, but otherwise we've got Hangout Fest in Gulf Shores. We've got Gulf Jam in Panama City Beach. But again, we'll probably see some people that'll travel to Destin and Miramar Beach, and they'll book their stay there, and they're going to be willing to make that, hour, 2 hour drive to go to the festival and then drive back to Destin and Miramar Beach at the end of the day. It probably will be cheaper in Destin at that time because I know Hangout Fest. You just can't get anywhere in Gulf Shores. I mean, you're pretty much going to be staying in like Mobile or Pensacola. If you're trying to find anywhere that's available in that time, if you don't get it booked months in advance. So music tourism. Yeah, y'all, I think we pretty much summed up the travel trends for 2024. It's going to be really interesting to see how these play out. So again, if you're a partner with us, we are analyzing this for your vacation rental property. We are trying to implement these trends as best as we can and factor in how it's going to affect, your revenue this year. And then if you're not partnered with us, I do recommend, even if you're like me and you're very skeptical of a lot of these trends, look into them, analyze them, try and weigh out, the least level. How is this going to affect my vacation rental property? How is this going to affect my revenue? And then at the maximum level, how is this going to affect me? Just anticipate both ends, that it won't to the least and that it will to the most, and try and create a strategy around how you're going to accommodate that. So with that being said, y'all, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Grand welcome, Destin and Miramar Beach, ready to hit this 2024 season, y'all. Let's do it.